And so like Gary's perspective and his scope way of thinking really reinvigorated my own personal want and you know, just those types of things elevate yourselves. And why that was me subscribing to you know, somebody else's opinion in a sense, right? But I had to get myself to step away from it too long enough to realize, okay, cool, that was good for me to provide myself a scope. And so when I talk to other individuals, and we've had it before, you know, where it's like, oh, that's a really good outlook, dude.
Yeah.
And the only reason I was able to have a really good outlook on it is because I keep on trying to. I'm not perfect. Who is, right? Maybe Mother Teresa was. Then when it comes to trying to always like, okay, so what is the other levels to this? What else is outside of what I'm thinking, right?
Yeah. That.
You know, and if you were really good at customer service, for example, that'd be a way that you're supposed to be thinking when interacting with somebody.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like it's like, okay, this is not an attack on me. I know they are attacking me, but like, how do I put myself in a better situation so I don't have to deal with the full blowout here, right? And you know, how often had you remember an experience where you're like, oh wow, they left, you know, satisfied, right? Wow, I did a good job there.
It was a win.
It was a win. Okay, so now, when it comes to people's opinions about how you do content, do you subscribe to that?
Fuck no.
Oh, you don't? Flip, why not, man? Come on. You can be terse with me, but everyone else wants a little bit more than that.
I know.
All right.
I mean, it's part of the reason why I went into this business. It's because like I wanted to do my shit, not your shit. I mean, if you like, if people have good ideas, I'll be like, oh, I can try that, right?
Right.
But I'm gonna do it in my own way. So
for sure.
Like, I love like people's opinions on like gear and setups and stuff like that. That I think is good. But like, as for what to stream and what you want to do for your content, I think it's gonna be a lot better if you come to that conclusion yourself rather than doing somebody else's.
Absolutely. I definitely smell what you're putting down. I'm picking up the tracks that you're laying. For myself, right? When I look at this idea, people have a lot of opinions about what I should do with myself. I mean, I'm sure you've seen and whatnot, right?
Yes, I have.
Right, I like to flex, right? I like to.
I was about to say, I'm like, flex for me, monkey, flex.
Yeah, right. I mean, it's so funny how constantly there's parts of the elements that I enjoy about that. And obviously, there's parts of the elements of it that I do not enjoy when it comes from, you know, individuals and their. Again, there's a huge difference between someone giving you a compliment and appreciation and you know, gassing you up, right? Woo,
yeah,
baby, love it,
big gas.
But there's also where people are telling you your worth by what you are now doing, and it's like, whoa,
oh man, hold up,
hey, what are you doing, bro? Put down the keyboard,
put it down.
You know, people do a lot of soliciting of their opinions on so many different threads. It's unbelievable and quite remarkable. The lengths that people will go to be, let's say, trolls. Is that a fair term?
No, yeah, that's probably good term for it. Uneducated would probably be better.
That's a good point, because you know, there are quite a few people who their uneducatedness showcases and almost seems like they're a troll, but they really have no clue what they're doing.
Yeah, they just have no idea. Like,
they're just talking out their ass and they're letting it just flap. And I guess we're supposed to listen,
because you could be the best. Like, let's say you're the best bakery on the block in the town.
Yeah.
You're still gonna have people coming in and saying like, "Hey, you don't make this as good as I do."
Right? Yeah.
Or, that's not how you're supposed to French braid that bread, bitch. Like
your lemon meringue, you know, muffins are not what I expect lemon meringue.
It's not. Like. Yeah, exactly. It's not true lemon meringue. It tastes like it's from extract.
You know, and it's like, wait, well, that's okay. You don't have to buy the lemon meringue. There's a bunch of other ones. No, your lemon meringue. It's like, wait, why are you stuck on the lemon meringue?
Why?
Did you die from it?
Why is this my defining moment? Is my lemon meringue?
Why are we having such a heated conversation on what you think I should do with the lemon meringue? I didn't ask you for your opinion on what I should do with the lemon meringue. I want to know if you want another one of them, or would you like something different? What? You need to. No, I don't need to. Okay. Anyways, so same thing I've seen a lot of times with anyone utilizing their image, right?
Yeah.
We all love to go ahead and give our 2 cents on what someone should and shouldn't be doing, right? We have friends that like to, you know, talk. That's what we'll call it, folks. Talk. Doesn't that sound nice? What a good twist on that, huh?
What a good twist indeed.
And so let's just say out there, let's use Twitter. Oh, wait, what? Twitter? People talk on Twitter?
No.
And, you know, talking on Twitter, for example, and their takes, right? There's times where it's, you know, I find it good when they are helping spread an awareness of something.
Yeah. Twitter's very good for that because things just catch like wildfire.
Correct. So an awareness of something, so people are like, wait, I didn't look at it from that angle, from that perspective. Yeah. Hey, okay, now I've got more to think about. They should not 100% just, oh, I'm switching teams now. All right, I believe you.
Yeah.
But now what you should consider that maybe you want to go ahead and do more and more research for yourself. Don't go and do the research with the person that was already telling you to think the other way, though. They're obviously not going to tell you. They're not going to tell you to do any other research. They're going to tell you that they're right.
Dude, that brings me to another issue. With all this is fucking fact checking. Like, check your facts, check your sources. Like, man, God, there's just none of that anymore.
So scholarly.
If our news stations, who for like the greater past of a decade have started to do that again, we can start doing it ourselves now, please.
Right. Why? And it's unbelievable the hyperbole. People will just go ahead and just, there it is.
Oh, it's nuts. It's absolutely insane to me. Like how somebody will literally just take whatever the news says at that face value at fact. That's it. And that's
like they aren't a business.
Yeah.
Folks, if anything is attached to a business, they are trying to sell something. Now, maybe it's legit, right?
Yeah.
Good for them. But always consider if it's a business, people are trying to sell something. Therefore, if it's a thing such as brain, where did you go?
Wow, it just vanished. I saw
literally. I did a hand gesture over here, and then like it was like goodbye.
Oh, see you later.
Take that opinion, huh, folks? Gone.
That was fantastic.
Just punted it out of here. It's definitely far gone. What was I rambling about? Rambling about good stuff.
Yeah. I just had to rub my microphone for a second because
that was exactly where my brain was going, right where he, dabbled on the mic.
Yeah. Put it into my black hole.
Where is it?
Oh, and,
look. So what was the rant? Oh, that these different opinions, and we're getting caught up in looking at them and not fact checking things. So when we go back to things like the media, right? Is the media trying to sell something? Probably.
Yeah.
Okay. Why is there a headline and not just the full article? You need to be lured in. Why can't you just catch fish? Why do you have to go fishing? Why do you need to use a lure? I can't even say it right now. A lure.
A lure.
so worked up over this fishing bullshit
I
nonsense.
know, right? Don't take our rods. Don't
How
do
dare
it.
you? I want my power bait.
Yeah, give me my power bait. I don't like dealing with worms.
Oh, seriously, they're all wiggly. And right, so a lure. Then you got a hook, and then with that, now they're staying, and then you complete whatever that is, hopefully, because you gave a good, opinion piece on an article.
You did an actually good article.
Or let's say it's a piece of content like a video, right? You got them in on the hook, and then they stay for the content, and then you reward them at the end for them watching the content. Not all does that very well, even including myself at times. I was like, dang, I missed the beat on that one. There was so close. Maybe it's a little different editing. It could be numerous things. But okay, again, like you just were saying, fact checking, folks. Always fact check anything.
Yeah.
Right. That could be business. That could be your friends' opinions. That could be whatever. But that way you're not just a sheep and you're subscribing to other people's opinions like it's the word of God.
Yeah.
That's just nonsense. It's nonsensical. And so I think it's important to not allow yourself to be, to succumb to these opinions of others on what you should be doing. Right. So I talked about the outside. You talked about the outside as well there in regards to, fact checking from things like media and whatever other sources to know that what you're listening to actually has facts.
Some sustenance to it. There's meat and potatoes to the statement.
Right. Like if you just like listening, let's say to us, just ramble because you like the rambling. We sound like, like you're back in your college dorm and you're just listening to two guys trying to make it big, and you're like, oh man, those guys, they were just working so hard. Oh,
that's how this whole career has felt. Two guys who got access to the radio station.
They're allowed to be in there, man, and they're in there every night from 9 to 3. I can't believe it, dude. They even go to class the next day. It's unbelievable. I just love it. To me, that's what I think about it. I don't even care what they're talking about. I just put it on.
Just put it on.
And so, there's so many different reasons for why people are listening for that. But now you yourself, you're a content creator, or maybe you run some type of business. Right. Or maybe you're just trying to run your personal life the best you possibly can. And you're letting somebody else's, maybe a coworker, opinion of how you look or what you do matter. And as Flib already said, it doesn't matter.
It doesn't.
Use a different pair of words, but we're gonna summarize for him. For all those with the delicate ears, that it fucking doesn't matter, right? That's important. It's very
really
important.
Is. So many people take the opinions of others and are just like, oh well, that I guess I'm an actual piece of shit.
Right. Thank you. That was such a good one because that's what happens to so many people, and not just people that already have a disposition for maybe a medical or mental disorder or anything like that, where they feel like shit, right? Because their body is not being very cool, right? Their body is being an asshole. But that doesn't mean they themselves, if you decide to put them into an equation, you're trying to find out the answer, the solution over there, X equals loser. No, you're not. You're only a loser if you now want to believe you are a loser.
True.
Now, obviously, if we're talking about a sporting competition, somebody wins, somebody loses, and you have now lost. You are not victorious. Granted, you can call yourself a loser in that specific match.
That moment, yeah.
Right?
Doesn't mean you didn't have a good game, though.
Right. I mean, that's more of a quick summary of victors versus losers of that said game, right? That has nothing to do, again, with your value as a human being, or that your career or whatever it might be is over because that's now happened. That result has happened and now it's all over. So now, I guess a loser way of thinking would be obviously to constantly construe everything into something negative, especially when it is already a positive thing and you just somehow topsy-turvied it.
Man, right? Like, oh, this was a good thing. It's like, no, this thing sucks. How? I'm so confused.
I'm confused. And then, you get confused also when individual will allow themselves to get stuck with where all their friends and family are like super into what they're accomplishing, what they're doing. Yet one person tells them it's not good. And that, for some reason, just that one person has now completely knocked that person off the rails.
Dude,
and now they feel like they're a piece of shit.
It happens so much.
One person.
And that's most of the, here we go back into the why a little bit. But for some reason, our brains love to hold on to remember like the negative stuff the most. Right?
True.
Haven't you ever had like just like an absolute baller day and it's great, but then something bad happened like right in the middle of it, and that's all you remember from that day is the bad thing?
Really? He caught the ace on the river? Yeah. Are you kidding me? 2% chance. Oh my God, he should have folded.
Oh, those will haunt me for decades, not just days.
I mean, think about that. Like, how many bad beats stick out, right? Versus your really good plays. The bad beats burn deep.
Every single one.
Right? It's so silly too, because there's sometimes you did some really good move, maybe a bluff or whatever, or you called them, like maybe you shouldn't have, but you're like, yeah, I just know my gut says that, like, I've got you. It's not the best hand that's possible, but it is the hand that beats you right now,
That's all that matters too.
And you remember that it happened, but the details, the way the person was looking, the sweat that was on their brow, right? They were breathing at like a certain tempo and pace, and you can mimic it. And you can start cosplaying as these people that you're describing, at the poker table, because you want everyone to experience what you experienced in that moment. Oh my God.
Dude, man, like I still remember ACT questions, like the pages and how they looked that I missed back in high school.
Somebody, we need to get help right now. Liv's gone down the ACT trail. And this is SATs, and where it's over.
No, I only took the ACT.
Oh, okay.
Because our school did it
people
for
did both.
So I know people that did both, and I called them crazy motherfuckers.
Yes, that's a lot of stress.
Why? That is a lot of, and they're two completely different tests.
Yes. It's completely different. Good luck.
Yeah. I like the ACT better because it didn't try to trick you, but that doesn't mean it's easy.
Correct. I mean, yeah, you took your lumps with it. And again, you could have subscribed to the idea that you wanted to do what it felt like everybody else was doing, which was the SAT.
Yeah.
But you didn't. You stuck to your guns. Doesn't mean like it was an easy path, right? We're not saying that, folks. There's lots of choices you're going to make that when you stand alone by yourself.
Sometimes it's hard.
Most
of the time it's hard.
I mean, we have good examples. For example, we the 8-Bit Dojo, ESN, these are stream teams. Do you know how many individuals we've had on our stream team that have come in the doors and have gone out the doors?
God. A lot.
And we like to limit how many come in on a team aspect, because that way people can really be involved, right? Because a lot of times what happens is when you just open the door for everybody to be on a stream team, then people get disconnected because they don't know who's who and what's what and what's going on. What's the hierarchy? How's this working? Is there a mission directive? What's going on, right? Yeah. I'm sure some of you out there know what I'm talking about. Well, I'm just going to put the hashtag there and we're good, right? I'm a pro streamer now. No. It doesn't work that way.
It's because we're subscribing for a different perspective on what teams are.
Because again, the idea to me is almost like there's a reason why certain people play certain positions for sports.
Yeah,
they are maximizing their best abilities for those positions. And when you put them all together in the right flow for a team, you got a really good team on the field. Or on the Quidditch, pitch, whatever you would like to think about.
Whatever. Insert sports analogy here.
Thank you. Right? And so you put these things together. Same thing with a stream team or how you run your business, right? That you can't just have everyone. It would be great. That's a utopia.
No, it'd be fantastic. Yeah.
Everyone's got a billion viewers. I don't know how it's possible, but everyone's got a billion viewers.
1/7 of the planet.
Yeah, watching at all times. That would be amazing. We would love for that to be a thing, but that's not how it works. So this whole process that you go through to make sure that you are utilizing everyone's best abilities means there's only a few of us where it's our time that we're investing. We're not paid to go ahead and make sure all this works together. So everyone wants to work under one flag, but we also don't want people only thinking in one manner to where it's, let's just make sure that we stay attached to them, right? Being leaders, that's one of the pratfalls that comes into it. Yeah. It's like, well, let's get cozy with the leader. I'm not sure you're an Office fan, right?
Yes. Well,
okay, cool. You know who Andy Bernard is?
No, yes.
Okay, good. So Andy Bernard, the Nard Dog, yeah, coming at you. Hear it up, girl. He was such a brown noser, right? He was someone that constantly was just trying to be, buddy with the boss. And I love that, eventually Michael Scott caught on. He's like, wait a second. No, you stop that. You don't like what I like. Stop it. No.
What I like. Yeah.
It was such a good moment, such a good energy that I laugh so hard at that, because it's like that's similar that we've seen.
Well, yeah, in this because everybody knows a guy like that too, right? That just sucks up straight to the boss, and you see that in stream teams.
Just like you would have at your place of work, right?
Exactly,
if you don't do the streaming thing, you've definitely seen it somewhere, or even your family or your friends have gone through that. Like, oh my gosh, can you believe this guy? So it's happened,
yeah,
right. And so this idea here is that when we're doing all these different things and all these different people in one place, is you want to be a flexible kind of coalition that will now go ahead and work together to make something great, right? So when we go back to these ideas and these opinions and how do we think about ourselves, right? And we're pulling back all these different layers here. You're doing it for a reason,
yeah,
right? And hopefully it's because it makes you happy,
madness. Yeah,
right? At the end result of all the different things is it makes you happy. Why? Because when you only listen to everybody else's opinion on how things should be done, or how many people have told us how the team should be run? Oh my God. It's painful. If we listen to them, it would be gone. You wouldn't even know that we had a team, that we had these awesome 8-bit dojo jerseys and things like that, right?
Yeah.
It wouldn't be a thing because we would have listened to other people's opinions that were very negative. They were very wrong.
Extremely.
But we could have been in a vulnerable state and allowed ourselves to get stuck there, because we've both been in different vulnerable states in the years that we've known each other.
In the years, we've just known each other too. Yeah. We both gone through cycles where the other one's got to be like, hey, all right, I got to pick up the slack for you.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like, you're not feeling too good mentally here. It's like, it's okay.
Thank you. It's totally okay not to feel okay mentally, but it's tough when you're on your own. And so hopefully, if you even don't have somebody on your own, listening to this type of conversation right now, knowing that's normal, right?
Yeah.
Normalizing the fact that you are going to hear people say mean stuff to you and you never deserved it. Do you subscribe to that? Are you going to go ahead and click a thumbs up on that person being a piece of shit to you, and that's what you really are? That's what the way it really is? Hell no. There's somebody right now claiming they won something that they didn't win yet. They might. They haven't won it yet.
They haven't won it yet. Yeah.
Why? Because it creates hysteria. It turns over the narrative, so therefore it works to their benefit. That's why so many individuals will say the mean things they do. Now, their benefit might be a laugh, right? Or feeling better than that person in that moment in time. I don't know why that's a thing, but that's how some people's psyches are set up.
That is.
Right?
I don't get it.
They get a reward, you know, from their reward center in their brain that they, by being a dick to somebody, yeah.
Give me the cookie.
Like, wait, what? Like I don't mind joking with Flam because he knows where I'm coming from. So therefore the joking's going to be okay. And again, it also needs to be in the right situation. It shouldn't just be all the time just because I know him.
Yeah.
Oh, your dog passed away. Guess what? You fucking suck. What? No, doesn't matter if I'm his friend.
I know I suck. Thank you.
You know what I mean? Like, what? That's not cool. What the hell? And so when it comes to subscribing to other people's opinions, again, I enjoy so many different things that people do out there. You know, I enjoy the different comedy things I've seen people do, the different cosplay things people have done out there. But it gets really dangerous when individuals start trying to just think like their content creator that they really enjoy. Doesn't mean they don't have good ideas.
It doesn't. Like, we've taken 1,000 ideas from a lot of like the bigger guys and stuff like that, because like they're doing the good stuff, but that doesn't mean
they did a good idea.
Yeah, it's a good idea. It's not like I'm shaming bad ideas or anything. If it's a good idea, take it, implement it in your own way. But when you just subscribe totally to what they say, no matter what, you're gonna lose yourself, and this is not. It's gonna get extremely unfun very fast.
Absolutely. And a good example, I would say, if there is a genre on, let's say we'll use Twitch because we can speak more about Twitch than any of the other streaming platforms, that anyone who plays an FPS or an MMO, right?
Yeah.
You're going to be in a situation where to have your own spin on it is going to be tougher. Which means you're going to have to deal with individuals telling you what you just did is shit.
Yeah.
Now, do you know them? So do they even have a reason to actually see what you've been doing to implement new things? And all they're trying to do is say, whoa, what you were doing before, that was actually really cool. And that's, you know, what I really enjoyed. And it brought me a lot of joy. I want to be involved and that kind of stuff. Oh, okay. That's something better. Now, somebody you've never met and they're telling you you're shitty. Who cares?
Yeah.
You don't know him. It doesn't matter if they're Michael Jordan. He's a mean person. Don't listen to him.
Just don't.
He's very mean. Don't do it. So, is there anything else, Flib, you think that anyone out there needs to know about subscribing to other people's opinions that maybe, you know, we've been trying to shed people on what would be negative and to avoid that for themselves, hopefully, or do their research so they can avoid any other pratfalls. What's good?
What's good? Man. The good content creators? Question mark?
Yeah, question mark. I mean, I would say like a show like this, and there's quite a few out there, folks, if you haven't checked them out.
Yeah.
So you should continue to expand your knowledge, but don't forget about us. Right, that it's important to know that other people's opinions can be good. They can be helpful. But if you are now going down a dark path because of somebody else's, again, opinion, not a doctor telling you you need to go ahead and change your diet because you're going to die because your triglyceride levels are through the roof. That's different. That's a professional. Look at your test.
That is a professional opinion. Yeah.
Yes. Right? So that's a little bit different, right? And that's someone who's individually, specifically worked with you versus, let's say, a doctor that's on Twitter that's talking about something that sounds super controversial. Well, do some research. Find out, is it legit or is it not legit? And so there's the good, there's the bad, there's the ugly. You got to sift through it all and don't just blindly hit that button.
Find the sources.
You're better than that.
Find them.
We've met more than a handful of y'all out in person at TwitchCon and other similar events, the GDQs and whatnot.
Yeah.
Y'all are better than that. And we want you to know that.
Yeah, so Flib. Be better.
Yeah. Flib said it so good. I like that. It was so deep and throaty.
It was.
And it was strong. And you all deserve that. You deserve a deep and throaty Flib all over you.
All over the place. All over the place. Yes. Whoa.
With that, though, thank you so much, everyone, for listening to this. And again, our opinions on the matter.
True.
So make sure to subscribe,
follow, bop on those notifications. This isn't a choice. You have to do it.
Of course, or you are going to hell, right? You know, it's one of those I feel like it's like a Simpsons little monologue right there. Going to hell. Oh. With that, dreamers, thank you so much for listening.
Family, thanks for hanging out.
Have a good one. Bye-bye. And bye-bye.